Chapter 3, Lesson 5, Inequalities in Geometry. So we have two theorems here. The opposite side angle theorem says, if one side of the triangle is longer than another side, then the angle opposite the longer side is larger than the angle opposite the shorter side. So it's saying that if I have a side here, AC, and I know AC is longer than BC, the angle that is opposite of AC, so that would be angle 2, would be greater than the angle opposite of CB, which is angle 1. Which you can tell, look how big angle 2 is, look how small angle 1 is. Obviously, we know angle 2 is going to be bigger. The other one then says if you know the size of the angles, then you can show which is the biggest side. So looking here, if I'm told that angle 5 is the biggest angle, XY or XZ is then the biggest side. If I know 6 is the next biggest angle, XY would be the next biggest size. And if I know that angle 4 is the smallest angle, then YZ would be the smallest side. So using that here, if I know that angle 3 is bigger than angle 1, then AB would be bigger than, what's opposite angle 1? BC. And obviously we can tell that AC is the longest one. So that was the angle side theorem. This one says that YZ is longer than YX. So if YZ is longer, then angle 4 is bigger than angle 6. That's the side angle theorem. Angle 7 is smaller than 8. Well, that's easy to tell. So NP is smaller than MP. And last one, HJ is smaller than IJ. Again, easy to tell. So HJ is angle 12 is smaller than angle 10. Okay, so we're going back to our properties that we learned in chapter 2, lesson 5 or 6, except for now we're doing inequalities. So how would I go about solving this equation? Well, what I would do is I would subtract 1 to each side, and so that would give me subtraction property. This one says 2 times measure of angle 1 is 40, then 1 angle measure 1 is 20, so they divided 2 each side. If 8 equals A plus B, then 8 is greater than side AB. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to get at. I feel like we need to have more information for that one. Number 4, if 2A is greater than 3, then 4A is greater than 6. Well, they multiplied both sides by 2. If angle 3 plus angle 4 is less than 90, then angle 4 is less than 90 minus 3. This is what I feel like they were trying to do in number 3. They should have subtracted the BC to both sides like they did here. They took the measure 3 and they did subtraction. If AB is less than CD and CD is less than EF, then AB must also be less than EF. Transitive, they cross out the middle guy. A row of tomatoes will be planted along the shortest side of the garden. Where should the tomatoes be planted? So the shortest side is going to be opposite the smallest angle. So here's my smallest angle, 30 degrees. And so my shortest side would be BC. A row of marigolds will be planted along the longest side of the garden. So the longest side of the garden will be opposite the largest angle. The largest angle is 115, so the longest side would be AC. And here's our proof. Given that measure of angle 1 is greater than, or angle 2 is greater than angle 1, given, and angle X is greater than angle Z. given. So if I know that angle 2 is greater than angle 1, the side opposite of angle 2 would be xy, and the side opposite of angle 1 be xw. So that was opposite angle side theorem. Then down here, I'm doing the side opposite of x, which is yz, and the opposite of angle z, which is yx. So I'm doing opposite angle side theorem again. Then originally I had x, y, and xw, and then yz and yx, and now I have just xw and yz, transitive.